What country allows its people to stroll the streets in pajamas, confronts the blistering heat with full-bodied ninja outfits, and turns the chaotic dance of motorbike traffic into an everyday rhythm? Welcome to Vietnam, a place where tradition and modernity blend in ways you might never expect. In this country, you can savor a steaming bowl of pho for just a couple of dollars, perched on tiny plastic stools, all while the bustling energy of the streets surrounds you. But these seemingly quirky customs are more than just oddities. They reveal a culture that is deeply rooted in practicality and community. Let's uncover the fascinating layers of life in Vietnam that will challenge everything you thought you knew about this vibrant, dynamic nation. Number 1. Wearing pajamas outside. In most places around the world, pajamas are strictly reserved for bedtime or lounging at home. But in Vietnam, you'll notice something quite remarkable. People wear their pajamas all day long. Whether they're selling pho, taking a leisurely walk, or even going out on a date, pajamas are a common sight in the streets. This isn't just a trend for the older generation. Young people in Vietnam also embrace this relaxed, comfortable style. Unlike in many other countries, where stepping outside often calls for dressing up, even for simple tasks like taking out the trash, the Vietnamese approach is far more laid back. The country's hot climate plays a big role in this custom. Sleepwear is made from light, breathable fabrics, perfect for staying cool while offering comfort both at home and out in public. Additionally, pajamas in Vietnam usually consist of long-sleeve shirts and long pants, ensuring modesty and avoiding any inappropriate exposure. This makes them perfectly suited for daily activities, such as shopping or running errands. So, if you're in Vietnam and see women selling street food in their pajamas, don't be too surprised. It's just one of the many distinctive features of Vietnamese culture. But there's another striking trend to explore. How does a culture that embraces wearing pajamas in public also lead to the phenomenon of the full-body ninja burqas that you'll see in Vietnam's bustling streets? Number 2. Ninja burqas for sun protection. When you think of Vietnam, what comes to mind? Beyond its lush landscapes and vibrant cities, you'll notice something quite striking on the streets. Women dressed in full-body coverings, often dubbed ninja burqas or street ninja outfits. These outfits, consisting of long-sleeve jackets, gloves, masks, and sunglasses, are more than just a fashion statement. They are a clever adaptation to Vietnam's scorching sun and the country's cultural beauty standards. In parts of Vietnam where the UV index can reach dangerously high levels, these garments offer better skin protection than sunscreen, which is not as widely used. But there's more to it. The cultural preference for fair skin in Vietnam has deep roots, tied to its agricultural past and influenced by both colonial history and East Asian beauty ideals. Pale skin has long been a symbol of wealth and higher social status, while darker skin has been associated with outdoor labor. This ideal is still very much alive today, prompting many women to protect themselves from the harsh sun. These full-body coverings do more than shield against the sun. They also act as a barrier against pollution and dust, especially for those navigating the streets on motorbikes, the most common mode of transportation in Vietnam. The term ninja comes from the head-to-toe look, often sparking lighthearted jokes like the ninja-led meme, which pokes fun at both the fashion and driving habits of women wearing these outfits. Despite the humor, this style serves a very practical purpose in a country facing rising temperatures due to climate change, blending functionality with tradition in a way that is uniquely Vietnamese. What do the sun-shielding ninja burqas have in common with Vietnam's motorbike-filled streets? And how does this unusual adaptation reflect the country's fusion of practicality, beauty standards, and everyday survival? Before we continue, I have a quick request. If you're enjoying this content, just hit the notification bell and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And I promise my team and I will keep making this show better for you. Sounds good? Number 3. Motorbike mania. In Vietnam, the constant hum of motorbikes fills the air, becoming an integral part of everyday life. Did you know that Vietnam has one of the highest motorbike ownership rates in the world? By the year 2024, the number of registered motorbikes has surged, with tens of millions of them weaving through the streets. These two-wheelers dominate the roads, offering an affordable and practical solution to navigate the country's congested urban areas in narrow alleyways. While nearly all adults riding motorbikes wear helmets, children are often seen without them. In fact, it's common to spot children under the age of 10 wearing nothing more than a simple cap instead of proper protective gear. This raises an intriguing question. Why are safety practices so different for adults and children in a nation so deeply connected to motorbike culture? Is it due to social customs, parental choices, or gaps in safety enforcement? A similar trend can be seen with cyclists, many of whom travel at speeds similar to motorbikes, but unlike motorbike riders, they rarely wear helmets. This stark contrast in safety practices provides a unique glimpse into Vietnam's attitudes toward protection and the practical realities of daily life. The motorbike-centered culture in Vietnam offers far more than just a look at transportation preferences. It reveals the rhythms of daily life, the resourcefulness of the people, and how tradition intertwines with modernity. Why do you think children in Vietnam often ride without helmets, while adults adhere to safety rules? What does this tell us about cultural priorities and norms? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 4. Street food culture. What makes Vietnam so captivating? Its vibrant street life and deeply ingrained communal values might hold the answer. One of the best ways to explore this is through its renowned street food culture, a cornerstone of daily life that brings people together across generations and regions. Street food stalls are found all over Vietnam, from Ho Chi Minh City's bustling streets to the quieter rural corners. These vendors offer a wide variety of affordable dishes, like a steaming bowl of pho for just a couple of dollars. The true charm, however, lies in the experience. Low plastic stools line the sidewalks, inviting friends, families, and strangers to share meals together. This casual dining culture reflects Vietnam's strong sense of community. In Ho Chi Minh City, public spaces transform in the evenings. Teenagers gather in circles, buying snacks from nearby shops while chatting and laughing. Some stores even provide cushions, embracing this unique habit. By 6 o'clock, these areas are alive with energy, from dance practices to group conversations. Why do the Vietnamese prioritize these public spaces over formal venues like restaurants or cafes? It's a fascinating look at a culture that values connection and creativity. Vietnam's culinary diversity is equally striking. In the north, dishes like bun cha and pho offer subtle flavors, while the central region showcases spicier options like bun bo hue and crispy bun so. The south, with its agricultural abundance, is known for vibrant, sweeter dishes like banh mi and hu tai. These regional specialties blend Chinese and French influences in dishes like banh quan. Vietnamese cuisine isn't just about taste, it's about balance and health. Fresh herbs, crisp vegetables, and lean proteins are central to a culinary tradition that aligns with modern health trends. But street food in Vietnam isn't just familiar, it's also full of surprises. We'll explore some of the more adventurous dishes soon. Number 5. Exotic foods. Exotic foods. For the adventurous eater, Vietnam offers a menu of exotic foods that will challenge the senses and reveal the richness of its cultural traditions. In rural parts of the country, snakes are not just feared creatures, they are prized delicacies. These reptiles are prepared in various ways, stewed in hearty soups or grilled over open flames, and smoked with pepper in purple pots. The plates are composed of roughly 1,000 bits of leather, but often filled with a half a pound of salt and pepper shredded bacon. Another intriguing snack you'll encounter on the streets of Vietnam is silkworm pupae. Crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside, these little morsels carry a mild, nutty flavor. For some, it's a nostalgic taste from their childhood. For others, it's an exciting entry into the world of Vietnam's unique cuisine. A dish more often linked to the Philippines, balut, is also enjoyed in certain regions of Vietnam. This food, typically served with herbs, lime, and salt, has a texture that's both rich and savory, with a flavor that some find surprisingly comforting. Perhaps the most infamous drink in Vietnam is snake wine. Made by fermenting a whole snake in rice wine, it's believed to have medicinal properties, such as boosting vitality and curing ailments. Found in rural villages and local souvenir shops, this drink has become a cultural symbol as much as it is a potent beverage. While these foods might seem exotic or even shocking to some, they hold deep cultural significance in Vietnam. Sampling these dishes is more than just a culinary experience. It's an invitation to step outside your comfort zone and engage with Vietnam's traditions on a more intimate level. Would you dare to try them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 6. The customs of the Hmong ethnic group. The Hmong ethnic group in Vietnam, known for their rich cultural heritage, has long practiced a tradition known as catching a wife. But what does this practice truly involve? And how does it influence the lives of the community members today? Traditionally, during festivals or local fairs, a young man would choose a girl to become his wife. This decision was meant to be mutual, a demonstration of respect and shared interest. A key part of this custom was the gifting process, which spanned 2 days. During this time, the man would offer tokens of affection to the woman. If no gift was presented, the woman had the right to decline the proposal and return to her family. However, in recent years, deviations from this tradition have caused concern. Some cases have involved women being taken without consent, leading to troubling outcomes. These incidents have sparked a broader conversation about the balance between preserving cultural practices and ensuring human rights. How can traditions be honored while ensuring they align with modern ethical standards? The Vietnamese Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism has taken a clear stand, calling for an end to non-consensual practices. They emphasize that while cultural heritage is important, it must also respect contemporary laws and the dignity of individuals. This complex issue is explored in the acclaimed documentary Children of the Mist. The film tells the story of a young Hmong person grappling with the challenges of this tradition. It offers an intimate look into the lives of the Hmong people and raises important questions. How do we balance tradition with progress, and how can communities maintain their unique cultural identities while safeguarding the rights of every individual? Number 7. Ancestor worship. How does Vietnam stay connected to its roots in an ever-changing world? One key answer lies in the enduring practice of ancestor worship, a tradition that links generations and captures the essence of the country's cultural spirit. In Vietnamese homes, family altars are central, adorned with candles, photographs of ancestors, and offerings like fruit, rice, or tea. This daily ritual is not only spiritual but also reflects the belief that family ties transcend both life and death. By lighting incense and making offerings, families show gratitude, honor their ancestors, and seek their guidance. In 2024, surveys revealed that over 75% of households in Vietnam still engage in this practice, underscoring its deep cultural significance. The family altar, typically found in the living room or a special space in the home, is the focal point of this tradition. During major events like the Lunar New Year or death anniversaries, families host elaborate ceremonies, inviting ancestors to partake in their celebrations. These rituals strengthen family connections and pass down cultural values to younger generations. Interestingly, ancestor worship is not confined to rural areas. Even in Vietnam's bustling cities, the act of lighting incense at an altar offers a moment of reflection and connection to heritage. This practice blends effortlessly with modern urban life, demonstrating the flexibility and resilience of this ancient tradition. But ancestor worship is just one of many practices that shape life in Vietnam. What other unique customs and beliefs influence daily life in this fascinating country? Join us in the next chapter as we delve deeper into Vietnam's rich cultural traditions. Number 8. Lunar New Year. As the coolness of January begins to fade, Vietnam comes alive with the vibrant celebrations of the Lunar New Year. This isn't just a holiday, it's the heartbeat of Vietnamese culture, a time when families reunite, honor their ancestors, and pray for prosperity in the year ahead. The streets turn into a dazzling display of festive lanterns, busy flower markets, and the lively hum of preparations, making it one of the most captivating times to experience Vietnam. In the days leading up to Tet, families across the country clean their homes, sweeping away bad luck to make room for new blessings. Homes are adorned with kumquat trees, peach blossoms, and red banners, all symbols of happiness and wealth. These practices create a powerful sense of renewal and hope for the future, and what Coben Dedward thought was their last. A special part of the celebration involves bidding farewell to the kitchen god, who is believed to report the family's deeds to the Jade Emperor. Families burn offerings to ensure the kitchen god's journey is comfortable, a unique and heartfelt tradition. Honoring ancestors is central to this holiday. Families visit grave sites to clean and decorate them, then burn paper offerings to provide their ancestors with essentials for the afterlife. This ritual reflects deep respect and a connection to past generations. No Lunar New Year celebration is complete without the exchange of red envelopes filled with money. Elders give these to children and younger family members, symbolizing good luck and prosperity for the year ahead. The value of the money is less important than the act itself, which is a wish for happiness and success. www Public celebrations are equally stunning. Cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are illuminated by fireworks, parades, and lion dances. Traditional dishes such as bánh chưng and braised pork are prepared, filling the air with rich smells and adding a delicious layer to the festivities. These foods are not just for nourishment, but carry deep meanings, symbolizing unity, abundance, and gratitude. Often seen in the streets, celebrations of Gikling are not just for fun. Number 9. The Hung King's Temple Festival. The Hung King's Temple Festival, known as Gio to Hung Vong, is an important annual celebration in Vietnam that honors the legendary Hung Kings, believed to be the founders of the nation. This festival takes place on the 10th day of the 3rd lunar month, according to the Vietnamese calendar. The heart of the festivities is in Phu Tho province, where the Hung King's Temple complex becomes the site of vibrant ceremonies and cultural activities. The celebration kicks off with a grand procession that ascends Nia Linh Mountain. Participants, dressed in traditional costumes, present offerings such as incense, flowers, and symbolic foods like bánh chưng and bánh jai, which represent the earth and sky. The festival is a feast for the senses. Visitors are treated to traditional music, dance performances, and martial arts displays, all adding to the lively atmosphere. Communal activities such as rice cooking contests highlight the country's rich cultural traditions. Beyond the entertainment, the festival serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of remembering one's origins and honoring ancestors. Recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, the Hung King's Temple Festival draws international attention, offering a deep dive into Vietnam's history and culture. It provides a rare and authentic glimpse into the nation's spiritual and communal values, making it a one-of-a-kind experience that can only be found in Vietnam. Number 10. Floating markets. In Vietnam's Mekong Delta, the rivers are far more than just waterways. They are lifelines. Floating markets have long been a vital part of this region, blending commerce with culture in a way that's both practical and deeply rooted in tradition. Here, small wooden boats, known as sampans, overflow with fresh fruits, vegetables, seafood, and handmade goods. But what keeps these floating markets alive in a modern world? These markets are more than trade hubs. They are central to the Delta's economy and community life. Each floating market has its own distinct character. Sai Rong Market near Kanto is the largest and most diverse. Sellers use long poles to display their wares, helping customers spot goods from a distance. The busiest time is at dawn, between 5 and 7 in the morning, when activity is at its peak. This early start is about freshness, but also reflects the hardworking culture of the region. These markets aren't just for locals. They draw curious travelers from around the world. Visitors often hire boats to experience the hustle and bustle of life on the water firsthand. However, as tourism increases, some markets are changing. Food stalls and souvenir vendors are becoming more common alongside the traditional goods. Is this a sign of adaptability or a shift away from the market's original charm? The floating markets are symbols of resilience, a way of life closely tied to the rivers. But their future is uncertain. Urbanization and climate change are threatening the waterways, and with them, the markets. Preserving these markets isn't just about maintaining tradition, it's about protecting the ecosystem that supports an entire community's way of life. What can we learn from these markets about adapting to change while keeping tradition alive? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from around the world. Number 11. Multi-generational homes. In Vietnam, multi-generational homes are more than just a living arrangement. They are a cornerstone of the country's culture. Have you ever wondered how it feels to live with grandparents, parents, and children all under one roof? This tradition, deeply rooted in loyalty and unity, shapes not only households, but the very essence of Vietnamese society. Typically, 3 or even 4 generations live together, forming a cycle of mutual support. Younger family members care for the elderly, gaining wisdom and advice in return. Grandparents often play a crucial role in raising their grandchildren, allowing parents to work and support the family financially. This interconnected lifestyle creates a sense of respect, shared purpose, and security that goes beyond individual needs. Daily life in these homes follows a comforting rhythm. Mornings often begin with a shared meal, where elders prepare traditional dishes, while the children head off to school. In the evenings, families gather around the table, exchanging stories and strengthening their bonds. These simple, yet meaningful routines are the heartbeat of Vietnamese family life. However, urbanization is slowly changing this tradition. In cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, rising living costs and smaller apartments make large households less practical. Yet, even in these bustling urban centers, the spirit of multi-generational living persists. Families adapt by staying close, visiting often, and sharing responsibilities, ensuring that the connection remains strong. More than just a way of living, multi-generational homes are pillars of support, preserving cultural values and passing down traditions to the next generation. They offer valuable lessons in resilience and the power of community, reminding us of the importance of family and togetherness. Number 12. Using chopsticks for any dish. In Vietnam, you won't find knives and forks at the dining table. Instead, chopsticks are the utensils of choice, whether it's for a simple meal or a grand feast. For visitors, this practice might seem unusual, but for the Vietnamese, chopsticks carry deep meaning. They aren't just tools for eating. They represent care, respect, and the thoughtful sharing of food. When a meal begins, especially during celebrations, it's common for people to use a clean set of chopsticks to serve others before helping themselves. This gesture of generosity is a cornerstone of Vietnamese dining culture. While chopsticks are used in other East Asian countries, such as China and South Korea, Vietnam has its own distinct traditions. For example, it's considered impolite to point chopsticks directly into a bowl of rice. Tapping your chopsticks on bowls or other surfaces is also avoided, as it's believed to invite unwanted spirits, disrupting the meal. Respect for these customs is a sign of good manners, something the Vietnamese hold in high regard. Vietnamese chopsticks are typically round and left natural, with no paint or decoration. The tips are not overly sharp. In northern Vietnam, bamboo is the material of choice for chopsticks, while in the south, they are often made from coconut wood. Learning to use chopsticks properly is a valuable skill and an important part of the dining experience. What are your thoughts on the Vietnamese custom of serving others before themselves with chopsticks? Does it resonate with your own ideas about dining and sharing meals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 13. Interesting facts about Vietnamese coffee. Did you know that Vietnam is the second largest coffee exporter in the world, right after Brazil? Coffee was introduced by the French in the 1800s and has since become a cornerstone of Vietnamese agriculture. Today, Vietnam produces over 1 million tons of coffee annually, making it a major global supplier. But Vietnam is also home to one of the world's most expensive coffees, Kopi Luwak. This rare coffee, found in places like Indonesia and the Philippines, can cost up to $150 per kilogram, ranking it among the 10 priciest coffees in the world. Why the steep price? Civets consume the coffee cherries, and after passing through their digestive system, the beans are collected from the waste. These beans are renowned for their distinct vanilla scent and smooth, sweet taste. Though coffee has French origins, Vietnam has developed its own unique style. Coffee here is typically brewed using a small metal drip filter, where hot water slowly drips through the coffee grounds. Most Vietnamese enjoy their coffee black, with ice or with a splash of sweet condensed milk for extra flavor. Vietnam is also the largest producer of Robusta coffee in the world. Vietnamese Robusta brands have earned awards at prestigious international coffee competitions, like the Best of the World International Catering Cup, and organizations like Rainforest Alliance, UTZ, and Fair Trade all certify Vietnamese Robusta for meeting high international standards of quality. Number 14. French colonial influence. Vietnam's culture is a fascinating mix of its rich heritage and the lasting imprint of French colonial rule, which shaped its architecture, cuisine, and arts. How did Vietnam adapt to these influences while preserving its identity? The answer lies in the adaptability and creativity of the Vietnamese people. In cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, French-inspired architecture stands as a reminder of the past. St. Joseph's Cathedral in Hanoi, with its neo-Gothic design, and the Saigon Central Post Office, built by French engineers, are iconic examples. Even in everyday homes, French features such as shuttered windows and wrought iron balconies are evident, adapted to Vietnam's tropical climate and blending European style with practicality. Vietnamese cuisine offers another glimpse into this cultural fusion. The famous banh mi sandwich combines a crispy French baguette with traditional Vietnamese fillings like pickled vegetables and herbs. Pho, the nation's signature noodle soup, is believed to be influenced by French consommé recipes. Coffee, introduced by the French during colonial times, has developed a distinctly Vietnamese twist, such as café suada, iced coffee with condensed milk. French influence also shaped the arts and education. Traditional Vietnamese painting styles merged with French techniques, creating a unique artistic form. The education system, modeled after French institutions, provided the foundation for modern academic life in Vietnam. Another key factor, using existentialism in their reform work, was the result of the famines of 1878. Though colonialism disrupted many aspects of life, Vietnam's ability to embrace and transform these influences into its own culture showcases the resilience and creativity of the Vietnamese people. French architecture, cuisine, and art have become integral parts of Vietnam's national identity. If you found today's video interesting, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support truly helps us grow. Click on the video now showing on your screen. I'm confident you'll enjoy it. Feel free to leave a comment below about which country you'd like us to explore next. We appreciate your time and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.